Wait a minute. If this one doesn't get me kicked out of here, nothing will. Hold on. Wait, is it 6:42 yet?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
It's well past.
Okay.
6:43.
A few years ago, I was convinced that I was going to be a musician. It didn't work out that way, which is fine. But during this time, I thought I was going on my way trying to write good songs, and it wasn't happening. I couldn't write any good songs, and it was hurting my feelings a lot. And I felt that I had a lot at stake because I had just quit my job to go on this tour, and I really wanted to write good songs. And I'm like, well, how can I write a good song when nothing good is coming out of my mind? So I thought if I got all the bad things out of my mind right away, then good stuff would come from that, because, once all the bad stuff is gone, there's only good stuff left, or at least mediocre stuff, which I would have settled for at the time. So I'm like, okay, let's think about the worst thing I can write about. Got it. I've got it. It's right here. It's in my mind. Now, how do I want to write this song? I kept asking myself. And on the radio, it was an oldie station. This is how I knew I was actually getting older, was that they were playing songs from when I was a kid on the oldie station. You remember the first time that happened to you? Oh, well, you probably don't. But it happened. It was a song from 1991. And I'm like, what the heck? But it was right at that age in 1991 where hair rock was just going away and grunge rock was starting. So it was in that great place where all the best hair bands were still around and some new ones, but they were about to all die horribly. And I'm like, how do these ugly guys with these bad haircuts sell all of these albums? And I figured it out, because all of their music was and I loved it. It was great. But then they always had this one lame song on the album, and that was how they got on the radio. 3 chords, singing about a lost love and a flower. And that's all you need. And I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to write the worst song ever. Let's start with power ballads. What pisses me off about power ballads? A lot. First of all, these albums have these great songs that all have very, very similar themes. They're about fighting, they're about drugs, and they're about women. Notice, because I'm saving this because I'm not going to be using good language from here on out. Okay, so if these guys were just not trying to sell records and sticking with their theme, but still had to write this crappy power ballad in the middle of the album, usually track 2 or 3, how would they actually write it if they really, really wanted to? If they were really snubbed in love, how would they get even? And that's when this song came to me. And like I said, if you're sensitive, right now would be the time to go. Because it's a love song, and love songs are always painful. Scott Brown, do you want to help me out on this just a little bit? I know you're really busy. I was just talking about my love for power ballads and how I ended up writing the worst song ever because of it. I told you this story, right? Sure. Okay. You can sit down until it's your turn. Good. Right there's good. So they always started out the same way. So I went for generic, I'm not going to lie. And then the big badass rock singer, he would come in right after the guitar solo was done, which I'm not going to do here, with his soulful lyrics. Oh, the day that you left me, you told me we were through. You told the judge that I was stalking you. So I wander the streets for days, bass player, to find a way back to my lover. Then it dawned on me to just move on. If I can't help you. I'll find another line. I just want you to know that I fucked your mom. Put it in your butt. Just want you to know that I fucked your mom. She's a dirty slut. Now because of that restraining order, I can't come within 50 feet of you. But I guess you won't be going home for Christmas, because I'll be, you know who. I just want you to know that I fucked your mom. Put it in your butt. I just want you to know that it's 10 inches long. Put it in your butt. Now I know that you're bitter, baby, but that's okay. And I know that you might have to walk you down the aisle on your wedding day. And I know that you're upset, just a little bit sad. But from now on, when you speak to me, darling, could you call me Dad? Just want you to know that I fucked your mom. That is standing wrong. Put it in her butt. And I just want you to know that it was